race theory. They don't want people learning. They don't want their children learning what they did to us. You know what I'm saying? And you know, our history, they're trying to like wipe it out. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. You know, Abraham Lincoln was a black man, right?
You know what? That's crazy, because I thought he was a brother too.
Yeah, he was a black man. If you go on YouTube and look up prominent men who were assumed white, the science of it is going to be broken down to you. It's going to F your head up when you find out how many of those people were actually black.
Yeah, I did
and
see
they use the word swarthy. Swarthy means black or dark skin. And they give the description of Abraham as swarthy. It's in Constitution documents. Not only him, Jefferson, Edgar Allan Poe, Daniel Boone was a black slave, Indian fighter. He was a black Indian fighter. All this shit. The black Europeans are you. You are the original European. Not them motherfuckers. They're not Europeans. The Amorites. It was a thing that happened with Woodrow Wilson back like the 80s. Woodrow Wilson rewritten the history. He stole our history and he injected them. They injected themselves into our history and changed the pictures. Because most of those pictures y'all seen of prominent white men, they're not in real pictures. And most of them were black anyway. So there's a whole lot of bullshit going on. Because during then, you ever seen that movie, 21 Years a Slave, something like 12 Years a Slave?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, did you see how he was living before they captured him?
Yeah, he was smart and he had money.
Yeah, that's just it. These black Europeans were sophisticated, spoke several languages, and were wealthy. And they were coming over here in the loads. We was owning a lot of shit. So this is what they did. They gave us then what is called a white status. Meaning you are able to build equity in this country. You understand? But see, the thing is, it's written down as a white status. So all those black Europeans that had that money, they're written down as white people, but they were black because they was given what they call a white status. Like you see those Asiatic black men, them Indian dudes that's owning these liquor stores and 7-Elevens.
Yeah.
They are given the status, white status. They're given white status. They are written down as seen as white. They are able to build equity. From us, we are not allowed to build equity. That's why we can't open businesses. We don't own shit. We don't run shit because Woodrow Wilson them flipped that shit so we can't no more. You know, you had black governors and everything going in. Even in the movie, The Armistead, that president was a black president who helped free them slaves and sent them back over. If a motherfucker look on the back of, I think it's, what is it, the $5 bill, you'll see all those white presidents. You'll see one black man and the whole crowd sitting down with him. That was Anderson. He was the fucking president before Lincoln, and he was a black man. Obama was nowhere near the first black.
Hell yeah, a lot of people got that.
You understand? So a lot of shit got flipped around. But, baby boy, like I said, I'm caught up with the things I got to do, and I really want to sit down with you. I just want to do my friend and the right friend of mine. You see how fast I'm talking.
No, you good, man. Shit, I used to love hearing your stories, man. I know you got stories for days.
Yeah, but the thing is, educate, all right? Because when you get on them, when you do them, when you got people doing this, make sure they can refer people to books where they can see it for themselves. Don't take my advice for it, you know? Because I'm a first motherfucker to certain videos to watch, especially on Illuminati. When y'all find out exactly what's really going on, when y'all find out what the Disney World really is and what they do there at Disney World and the other places, it's going to blow y'all fucking minds.
Uncle Keith, let me ask you something, Uncle Keith. When I get a lot of calls on the internet from the Illuminati, why is that? They call me a lot and they tell me all the rituals. They tell me all the stuff that they want from me. They just tell me all this propaganda. And
tell me some of the shit they say.
I'm gonna do that, because it's like some of the stuff that they send me is like really eerie and really creepy. like the rituals that they want me to do and stuff like that. I just think it's really weird.
Son, don't get into no Illuminati thing. That shit is satanic. That's devil worship. All of that is satanic worship. Illuminatis are the Illuminatis go back to the 1800s and even further. You're dealing with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and the Kennedys. These are the big heads behind the Illuminatis. The Rothschilds plan to take this country over. The Illuminati, this is what's going on. This is a whole big Illuminati movement. They are mind controlling y'all. They're sending shit out on all these news stations, keep telling y'all all these lies. All these lies. And eventually, motherfuckers believe. You see all these white people running around here thinking Trump really won. He didn't. They don't understand it being mind control, for one. The other thing is this. Half of them are hateful.
Right.
They think they own this country because they know this motherfucker didn't win. They just want a racist devil in there so they can raise havoc and cause a civil war. Because they got all these weapons from so many different secret little white societies that been funding them. And they think that's going to wipe us out. It ain't going to happen, you know. But stay away from the motherfuckers calling you on that Illuminati, because all they trying to do is kill you, shorty. Don't fuck with it. Don't accept none of that. And I'm surprised that you got people calling you say they're in Illuminati.
Right.
And trying to send you shit and rituals, man. That's satanic shit. Don't even get near. Don't even accept, don't even communicate with none of them like that, because they're dealing mind control. If they get a whiff of you, man, you in trouble.
Right.
They might be trying to seek you out. Don't mess with that shit, man. You already fucked up the music world with P. Diddy and Jay-Z and all them niggas. They fucking each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stay away from that shit. Them niggas are fucking each other. That's a part of it. You know what they'll do? If you got a talented guy that want to do music, but he don't want to sign up with this certain contract, they will drug him up and will rape him and will film that shit. And then when this boy wake up, they will show him that film, and this nigga will sign that contract. A lot of them, they done done that. A lot of them have done that. P. Diddy is a fucking devil. Jay-Z, Rick Ross and P. Diddy fucking each other hard, deep. Them niggas fucking like women. Telling you, man, y'all stay away from all that bullshit. This shit is real. It's not a game. The Illuminati thing is not a game, because everything you see going on, what's going on in the government, everything, is all Illuminati, and it's all mind control. They even send out frequency. Speaking, put a piece in your brain and speak and talk in it, and they have you thinking you hearing voices. They doing all this kind of shit. Okay, so we'll get to it, man. I mean, I'm talking about the military, all that. The Delta Force, they all mind control. They all mind control. They all nothing but killers. There's a lot of shit that's going on, man. People need to wake up. So they need to be educated, to be guided to the right things, so they can go further into their studies, man. You know?
No doubt.
And these brothers, they got to stop killing each other before you know it. They're going to have nobody defending their mothers, their fathers, their sisters and brothers, their children, their grandmother, or nothing, man. But I ain't going back to that bullshit they're trying to take us to.
Right.
You know?
I dig it, man.
But that Illuminati stuff, man, whoever's contacting all that, man, they fucking with you. Leave them alone.
Yeah, man, because I think it was crazy. Because it's like, I told one brother, I'm like, I'm not interested, you feel me? And then he kept on, you know, sending me all these little rituals and shit. So I just said, you know what? Let me see what's going on out of curiosity. The motherfucker sent me a list what they wanted me to do. And the part that really had me geeking, and I'm going to tell this, they said they wanted fucking some type of urine from a bird.
Man, you gotta leave them people alone, man. This is all satanic worship. Soon they're gonna want you. They're gonna want to have sex with you.
Oh, hell to the no. That's
a part of the ritual, man. That's a part of the initiation, son.
I know.
Why you think all those guys wearing all those tattoos? You know why they wearing them?
What, the mark of shame or some shit?
No, they wearing all those tattoos because they trying to still try to play like they masculine when they know they fucking.
Okay.
They trying to look hard. They know that shit is mentally fucking their minds up, that they've been they gave their body up to another man and all that. You know what I'm saying? So they tattoo themselves up to try to look hard, to try to put that shit behind them. That's why they tattoo from the neck down to the toe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, so that Illuminati stuff, wherever them guys are, they freaks. They weird Illuminati, and real Illuminati, man. These motherfuckers are clowns. They really don't know how deep this Illuminati thing go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, the government got men that can breathe underwater, son. They got that technology from Hitler. They got soldiers that can literally breathe underwater.
What the fuck? How the hell? For how long can they stay underwater,
They can breathe underwater, son, like you walking and breathing on air.
Oh, shit. You mean like an Aquaman type?
Yeah, they can literally breathe underwater. Ain't nothing but dealing with DNA.
Hey, let me ask you this, Let me ask you this, is the Anunnakis real?
The Anunnakis? Yeah, the Anunnakis who y'all call angels. But they're y'all parents.
You was telling me this in the early 80s.
In the Bible, where they say we, and we created man in our image.
You was telling me
that we was.
You was telling me that in the early 80s. Didn't you show me a picture of that,
Yeah, I was telling y'all about Illuminati in the early 80s.
Right, you was telling me that when I was little and shit. I'm like, what is you talking about?
Nigga, this is all old information for me, but it's new to people that don't know. But yeah, the Anunnakis are the ones in the Bible that say, if we created man in our image, who is that we? Don't go with that with Jesus and God. Jesus wasn't there. The Anunnakis, our parents, who we call angels. Mm-hmm. We have dead DNA. You are immortal, and you are hated for being immortal. You are God. That's just the real truth about it. You have to ask yourself, why all races on this earth is trying to destroy the Nubians, the blacks, the brown-skinned man? Why? It must be something great about you. Mm-hmm. You understand? Right. So, and niggas got to get from understanding to overstanding, because there's two different things.
Hey, what you think?
Is this, huh?
Let me ask you this: what you think about the Predator of Hollywood? You was showing me pictures of the Predator before that motherfucker was even on Hollywood, man.
Who that?
The Predator.
President who? Trump?
Nah, I'm talking about. Remember the Predator? You showed me a picture.
Yeah, the Predator. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're real. They here. They've been here.
They've been here. What are they on?
They're beings from the Atum-Re galaxy.
What the hell?
Not only that, you have the Shaggies, who they call Bigfoot. They're from the Atum-Re galaxy. You have many beings that came from many other worlds who existed before we were even created. They live under the earth, in the center of the earth, and in the water, and in the air. Way before you. I'm talking millions and millions of years ago, man. Way before you. During the time that more least when the earth spoke, when the plants and leaves spoke, you know, way back then. This is going back millions of years ago, man. This is shit that how can I put it? That's been hidden from us, man. So the Anunnakis are actually our parents. It was them who took their DNA and spliced us using certain DNAs and a certain type of intelligent, very intelligent species of an animal. I'll explain that another day. Motherfuckers ain't ready for that.
But this one thing I don't understand. Why do they say in the Bible that a spirit created human flesh? How's that possible,
Say that again?
How can a spirit create human flesh? How's that possible?
How can a spirit?
Yeah, that's what they said. They said God created man in his own image, right? Who is God, right? Who is God? God is what?
Check this out. That's what they told you in the Bible.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But the word Christian is what? Spelled backwards.
I don't know,
Antichrist.
Oh, shit.
The word Christian, you turn it around. Christian is really the word Antichrist spelled backwards. You understand? The word Santa, that's the word Santa Claus, Satan's cause. This is, English is the language of confusion, the language of the devil. The Jesus that's in that Bible is not the one that came to us. This is how so many people are losing their souls and being entrapped into the spookism and demonic shit, because that Jesus in the Bible is the devil. Because Jesus wasn't blonde hair and blue eyes, for one.
Facts.
And also he was a Nubian. Not only that, ask yourself this. How is it that these blacks here that's Christians and the whites here that's Christians, how is it that they got it all and we don't, and we calling on the same, if we calling on the same God?
I don't know,
Doesn't that sound like something wrong?
Yeah, there's something wrong with that story. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because they the seed of the devil, man. In the Bible, which is really the book of the dead, because it's all it tells about the dead people. But for real though, and the Bible said, and I will put enmity between your seed and the serpent seed. Between us, he will put a beast between us and the serpent seed. Who's the serpent seed? That pale man. And what do you see today? Who do you see trying to rule? The demon, the devil has a group of children. He has a group of people. He even wrote a letter. In the Bible, Paul was an apostle who claimed that he met Tammuz, or the Messiah, who y'all call Jesus, who was never Greek, because Jesus is a Greek word, came from the Greek word Zeus. He was never a Greek. But Paul claimed to have met Jesus, and it said that he met him on the road to Damascus, something that's like that. But actually, I didn't. He met someone called Bar Jesus. It is in the Bible. Bar Jesus was the son of Jesus. Married by Tammuz. Jesus lived to be 120 years old. He died of a cardiac arrest, a heart attack. This shit about him being put on the cross, never put on the cross. It was Judah who was put on the cross. The Anunnakis came down and made him appear to look like Tammuz. And then to tell you in the Bible, when Mary stood right before Tammuz, she didn't recognize him. And she was looking dead in his face because he could transfigurize himself. He could make himself look like someone else. Jesus could. It's common sense. And she's looking right at him, dead in his face, and she didn't recognize him. Then she turned her head and looked back, and whoa, it was him. And also in the garden, when they came to seek Jesus, they said, "Whom seek ye?" When Jesus asked, "Whom seek ye?" He said, "Jesus of Nazareth." He said, "I am he." They fell on their face. So a lot of them was bearing witness. But one went to take the ear, to take the sword and take off the ear of one of the guys. And Jesus went, no. One of the soldiers, one of his boys, went to take a sword to defend him. And Jesus said this, "Put thy sword back into thy sheath, for this death shall I not drink." See, man, put that sword back in your case. This death I will not drink. This shit ain't gonna happen. They couldn't kill him, man. They didn't kill him. He told us right there in the Bible, he said, "This death shall I not drink." When you read, that's how they talk. This death shall I not drink. This death I shall not drink. They just kept it around and said, "I not drink." He was telling them, "They ain't gonna kill me. Put your sword back up." Right there. Right there.